I've been blogging off and on for the last 5 to 7 years, and I've been going really steady with it for the past couple of years, to the point that I've actually turned it into a source of income for myself. So I am actually making a pretty significant amount of my income from my blog, and I know that there are lots of people out there who are interested in starting blogs, but they might be a little bit unsure about exactly how the process works, especially in regards to how much starting a blog costs. So because I've done this multiple times and had multiple different blogs in the past, I just wanted to make this video for you today and share with you exactly how much it costs to start a blog. And I'll be giving you kind of a range, both like the low end, how you can start really for very cheaply, but also how you can spend a little bit more and maybe the better results that you could get from that, so that you can see both ends of the spectrum and decide exactly where you want to invest your money as you're starting your blog.
Okay, so let's hop into it and see exactly how much it costs to start your own blog. So we're here on my website. I just wanted to show you super briefly. This is the website that I have, but you can make really any kind of website that you want for a very similar cost. The higher cost would come in if you were having someone design a fancier looking website for you, or a website with fancier features, but all of these startup costs would be the same aside from that design cost. So the first thing that you need if you're going to start a blog is you need a domain name, and that is just your website address. So in my case it's gillianperkins.com, but it could be yahoo.com or google.com or facebook.com, whatever it is that would be your blog. And so you can get a domain from a lot of different places, but a popular one is called Godaddy. And I will be putting links down in the description bar below to where you can find each of these different websites for the things you need to start your blog, so don't worry about that part. But so you just type in whatever domain name you want, like if you want wild dog lover. That's probably taken, but then you would search domains, and then it would show you exactly what is that's actually available. So if you want a wild dog lover as your blog, you can have it for $11.99. Most domains will be $11.99 for the first year with GoDaddy, and then after that they're the $14.99. That's for the .com domains. Other like .us might be cheaper, or .org might be cheaper. But sometimes you'll see that they are a lot more expensive, and that is just if someone does own the domain but is not using it. They might have put a price on it, which might be hundreds or thousands of dollars. But if you find one that isn't taken, then you will be able to get it for $11.99, or even cheaper if you want one of these other ends on it. Although I would recommend for the .com, unless you already have a business name that you really want to use, and you could have it at .co or something like that. Okay, so once you have your domain name, then the next thing that you need is hosting. Now, I personally recommend SiteGround hosting. Hosting is just the service that hosts all the files for your website. So instead of having them all stored on your computer and having people accessing those files on your computer every single time they visit your website, you have someone externally hosting them so that your computer isn't being bogged down by all that traffic. And so there's lots of different options for hosting as well. I recommend SiteGround for a number of reasons. Basically, I find that it's a lot faster, more secure, and the customer service is really great. Another popular one is Bluehost, and I did used to use them. And I'll put a link to both of these down below, both SiteGround and Bluehost. But they're a very similar price, and I just found that SiteGround had much better customer service and was a lot faster. So once you're on SiteGround, you can scroll down and you can click on web hosting. It says here prices from $3.95 a month. So then you just click learn more. And then you see these three plans. If you're just starting your blog out and it's just a simple blog, you can definitely get away with a $3.95 a month. And you can have that price for up to 3 years, I believe. It's however long your first term is. So if you sign up for just 1 year, then you only get that price for 1 year. And then after that, I think you pay maybe about $12 a month. If you sign up for 3 years, then you get this low price for 3 years. And then after that, you pay $12 a month. The higher tiers work similarly. I think that this highest one, you pay this price for the first term, and then after that it's $25 per month. That's the one I'm on because I do have multiple websites with more complex features. But so pick whichever one works best for you. Like I said, if you're just starting out, then just start with the startup one. So now once you have your hosting, then you will need some sort of service that is doing your file management for your site. So this is, your files are being stored with your host, but then this is what organizes the files so that you are not coding everything completely from scratch and just having a pile of files that are stored on your host. So there's a number of different services that you can use to do this, like Wix or Weebly or Shopify or anything like that. And a lot of those do have built-in hosting with them, but the most common one is WordPress. WordPress is completely free, actually, so you use it with a separate host that you are paying for. So instead of paying Shopify, for example, $25 a month and having them do the hosting and the file management, you instead are paying a host $4 or $12 a month, and you are separately installing WordPress and having WordPress be completely free. So this is a lower cost option, but it is also the most popular option in the world, and I mean, there's a good reason for it. It is pretty easy to use and is a very, very flexible. That's my favorite part about it. You can really make any kind of site you want. Even a lot of big sites like eBay, for example, use it, and almost every blog, like probably 80 to 90% of all blogs, do use WordPress. So I just was going to show you real quick. Here's the back end of my site with WordPress installed. Once you sign up for hosting with whichever host you choose, most of them have what's called a one-click WordPress install. So it's not one click, but you click a few buttons and then WordPress is in fact installed, and you don't have to manually install it. It's quite simple, but I wanted to show you the back end of my site so that you could see the themes, because the next thing that you need is a theme. So over here under Appearance, you can click on Themes. And there are lots of free themes that you can choose. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. The simplest ones are these ones called 2014 and 2013. I imagine there's probably one called 2017 that I don't have on here. But they are very basic themes. But they can still be customized a fair amount, and if you want a simple site, they can get the job done. There are also much fancier themes, although a lot of the free fancier themes, in my experience, don't work very well unless you upgrade to the premium version, but some of them certainly are fine, and there are hundreds, probably thousands to choose from, so I'm sure that you can find one that will suit your purposes. However, if you are willing to spend a little bit more money, I would recommend buying a premium theme, which just means a theme that you have to pay for. There's a wide range of premium themes, ranging from anywhere about $25 all the way up to several $100s. And the reason I would recommend this is because for literally years, maybe 5 years, I tried to build websites. I did build websites on my own using free themes, because there's so many that I thought, why not use these free themes? And it was such a struggle. I wasn't a brilliant web designer or something like that. I was just a person, who didn't have a lot of experience who's trying to do it. But it was so difficult. And it wasn't until just a couple of years ago that I tried using a premium theme, and I discovered that premium themes, they don't just look prettier, they actually have options in the back end of them that make it much, much easier to get them looking exactly how you want them to look, and they're just much easier to design if you are not actually a web designer yourself. And so if you are designing your website yourself, I would definitely recommend you use a premium theme. Like I said, it's a couple $100s or even less. If you're going the route of hiring a designer, that does cost a few $1,000s, but in that case, you don't need a premium theme. That's why you're paying the designer, so that they can design your site from scratch. But if you're designing it for yourself, then I'd recommend a premium theme. One of my favorite kinds of premium themes, or brands of premium themes, is Thrive Themes. They have a number of different ones, and I know that they are currently redesigning their themes entirely and coming out with some great new ones, but this is what I use on my site, and obviously you can customize them to have them look however you want. Another great one, if you want another option, is called Elegant Themes. And they have a theme called Divi, which is very user-friendly, with a drag and drop builder so that you can drag and drop it on the front end, which Thrive also has. Okay, here we go. So they're charging per year or for lifetime. And so, I mean, if you're planning to do this for a long time, this really would end up being cheaper because you'd pay less in a year than you would pay in a year with Thrive Themes. You know, Thrive Themes is going to be at least that 30 times 4 is 120 a year. And then lifetime access, obviously, if you're planning to do this for more than just a couple of years, then it would make more sense to do the lifetime access. And so their most popular theme is Divi, but I'm sure that they are working on coming out with additional themes. I know they already have at least 2 other ones. And their plugins are actually really great. They have some different plugins for opt-ins, so like pop-ups that you can create and different things like that. Yeah, so either of these options are great, and they're both pretty affordable if you consider them over the long term. And then finally, you'll probably need some kind of email marketing. It's not required, obviously. You can start a blog with just your website, but if you want to be able to communicate with your readers at all, then you will need some form of email marketing. My choice is Convertkit, and Convertkit starts at $30 per month, and I'll just show you what this looks like when you log in. And it's $30 per month up to 2,000 subscribers. So when you're just starting out, you'll only be paying $30 a month. The reason I love Convertkit is because they have these automated sequences where you can put a whole bunch of emails together and have them go out in an automated fashion. So for example, I use this one for my free e-course about how to grow your email list. And over here on the side, you can see that I have a series of emails that go out each day and then every 2 days that walk people through this course that I have. So if you are interested in doing any kind of email marketing, then Convertkit is amazing for this. Also, they allow you to tag your subscribers and kind of segment them into different categories. So you can see over here all these different segments and tags I have so that I can send emails to just one part of my list. If you're looking for a free version, you can use Mailchimp. Now, the downsides of Convertkit Mailchimp compared to Convertkit is that they do have a slightly lower open rate normally for their emails. So just because they are more widely used, there's a lot more people using them for slightly more spammy things. And so that means that they are, I don't know, they're just kind of flagged as someone who has more spammy emails coming from them. So you might not get as many emails to your subscribers' inboxes. The other differences are if you go over, I think it's 2,500 subscribers or 2,000, then you do have to start paying. And then the last thing is they don't allow you to do any automated sequences on the free plan. So if you want to be doing email marketing where you have any sort of evergreen campaign or a welcome sequence even where you're introducing new subscribers when they join, then you won't be able to do that with Mailchimp unless you do indeed start paying. Okay, so that is pretty much a rundown of all the different things. I know it was kind of a lot of things, but at the same time, some of them are free and most of them are not very expensive. So let's go over this one more time. You'll have a domain that will be $12 one time. And then you'll have hosting, which will be $4 when you first start, $4 per month. And then you will have WordPress, which is free. And then you will possibly have a premium domain. In regards to the premium domain, you can kind of spend as much as you want to, but it starts at free with the free themes, of course. And then you have your Mailchimp or Convertkit, which is either $0 or $30 per month. So you're looking at a one-time startup fee of about $12 for the domain, and then after that, a monthly cost of either $4 for just hosting and Mailchimp, or $4 plus $30 for the hosting plus Convertkit.
So I hope that you found that helpful, and I hope you learned exactly what you need to know to start your blog, and you understand now exactly how much it costs so that you can decide if starting a blog is the right choice for you right now. If you have any questions, be sure to just leave them in the comments down below. I am very active in the comments and I will be sure to give you an answer just right away as soon as possible. So don't hesitate to leave me a comment down there, and I will look forward to seeing those comments. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up so that other people can find it also. It really helps me out and it helps others out so that they can find this content and learn about starting a blog themselves. Also, if you're interested in learning more about blogging, about entrepreneurship, or about online marketing in the future, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out a new video every single week, and I would love to have you join me for the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.